What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to a new review. Today we are checking out a gaming phone called the Xiaomi Black Shark. So you can find this phone for about $500 and the pricing is very similar to the pricing that you'd find on the Xiaomi Mi 8 or even the Mi Mix 2S or even the OnePlus 6. And that makes sense because we get the exact same specs. So we have the Snapdragon 845, 6 gigs of RAM and a 16-inch screen that has a 1080p resolution. And for the specs that we get, the price isn't bad. So you're probably wondering, why do they call this a gaming phone? Well, first of all, we have liquid cooling and that helps keep the temperature down whenever we're playing games. We also have a green LED on the back and I guess it looks pretty cool. And lastly, we have a gaming mode. So whenever you're putting the phone in the gaming mode, the phone will close all the apps running in the background and will stop all the notifications. So I've had the phone for a couple of months now and I played a lot of games on it, but I've also played games on my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, my Note 9, my OnePlus 6 and so on. And the gaming performance is the same, there is absolutely no difference. And I played for a couple of hours on this, I played for a couple of hours on my S9 Plus. So there is no difference in performance even though this is supposed to be a gaming phone. There is also a built-in screen recorder and that's great mostly if you plan on recording your gameplay and then sharing it on social media, but other than that there isn't much that makes this phone better at gaming than any other phone with similar specs. So calling this a gaming phone is quite a stretch in my opinion. Another thing a gaming phone should have is a 3.5mm audio jack, and with this phone we don't get a 3.5mm audio jack, so every time you wanna use your headphones with it you're gonna have to use that adapter from USB-C to a 3.5mm audio jack that comes in the box. So for a gaming phone that should have been there in my opinion. Now at least we get dual speakers, so you get a speaker at the top and a speaker at the bottom, but that only happened after the last update, because before the last update only the speaker at the bottom used to work. Alright, so if we leave the gaming side aside and we look at this as a regular phone, this is absolutely awesome. So first of all we get a beautiful 6-inch screen that has very vibrant colors, the viewing angles are great and the screen gets bright enough so you can use it outside. And the screen sensitivity is also really good. We get a very fast fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is sitting at the bottom of the screen. And I guess the front of the phone kind of looks like a Samsung Galaxy S7, like a bigger Samsung Galaxy S7. So the design is a bit outdated if you ask me. At the top we have a 20 megapixel front-facing camera and the camera takes really good pictures as long as you have plenty of light. So the pictures are very sharp and very detailed, but as soon as you don't have enough light the pictures become a bit grainy. So I wish the camera would have done a bit better in low light. Moving on to the back of the phone, there we have two cameras. The first one is a 12 megapixel sensor with the f1.8 and the second camera is a 20 megapixel sensor with the f1.8 as well. So the phone is capable of recording in 4K at 30 frames per second, but unfortunately we don't seem to get any image stabilization at that resolution. And this is a quick recording that I've done with this phone. This is a quick video test with the Xiaomi Shark. So I'm currently recording in 4K at 30 frames per second and even though we have an option for image stabilization, the footage doesn't actually look like has any stabilization going. So if you're walking, the footage is gonna be all shaky. So under these conditions, this is how recording in 4K from this device would look like. The phone is using the same camera app that we've seen in the past for other Xiaomi devices, and if you take pictures during the day, the pictures look absolutely spectacular. So the details are there, the colors are very vibrant, even the pictures taken with the portrait mode look extremely good as well. So really no complaints about the pictures taken during the day. But as soon as you take pictures and you don't have enough light, the pictures become a bit grainy, and I was kind of expecting a bit more, mostly considering the price of the phone. So the cameras are good, but not the best that I've seen. And we are going back to the bottom of the phone for a quick second. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a USB-C port there and the phone supports fast charging. So charging the phone from 0 to 100 is done in just under 2 hours, and that's pretty good, mostly considering that we have a 4000 mAh battery. On one charge you can go for about a day and a half, and out of that you can get between 8 and 9 hours of screen on time. Now if you're gonna be playing the whole day, you're not gonna get 9 hours of screen on time, that's gonna drop to about 5 hours of screen on time, but still better than a lot of flagships out there. Performance-wise, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. The phone is very fast at everything that you do. So it doesn't matter if you're playing games, it doesn't matter if you're multitasking, it doesn't matter if you're watching YouTube videos or just looking through your Facebook feed. The phone is fast no matter what you do. But the phone is just as fast as any other device that's using the Snapdragon 845. So that's why the phone is fast, not because it is a gaming phone. I've also done a gaming test video maybe a month and a half ago, so if you want to check out that video, I'm going to leave a link in the video's description so you can see how good this phone is for gaming. But as I said at the beginning of the video, the phone is just as good at gaming as any other device using the Snapdragon 845. And for those of you that are interested, the scores on the Antutu Benchmark and the Geekbench 4 are somewhat lower than the scores that you'd get on the OnePlus 6, for example, or the Xiaomi Mi 8. The GPS unit inside it's also great. It only takes a couple of seconds to find your location, and once your location is found, it doesn't seem to lose it. As for sensors, well, you have all the sensors that you can possibly imagine, but that makes sense because this isn't a cheap phone by any means. Connectivity wise, we get dual band Wi-Fi and 4G connectivity, but strangely enough we don't get NFC, and I was kind of expecting NFC, mostly considering that this is a $500 phone. The call quality is good, no complaints about that, and the speaker at the top here seems to get loud enough for most conversations, and the speeds over Wi-Fi and the 4G network are also pretty good and probably better than a lot of other phones that I've seen in the past. So to conclude this video, this phone could have been better if it would have had a better screen, something like we've seen on the Razer phone, so screen with a higher refresh rate. It would have been nice if the phone could have taken an SD card, because like this it can only take 2 SIM cards, and it would have been nice to see a 3.5mm audio jack, so you can use headphones with it much easier. But don't get me wrong, this is a great phone, but it's just not a gaming phone, it's just a great phone. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.